It's motherfucking Glocky in this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Shout out motherfucking Rebel. Shout out all my niggas that's here. You know, we get this shit started.
Please start this.
Where I'm from. Yo, I'm from motherfucking Elizabeth. Well, I was kind of like bouncing around from like town to town, like more so like I was from like Elizabeth, Roselle area. Like I would go to like a hella like family events, like motherfucking like family reunion type shits. Like almost like every it was just, like so often. So that shit was like around like Broadway Street, like Newark, like the Newark area. So like I would go out there a lot, and then like yeah. So when my name is like the origin of my name is like 9LOCKYY, but it's Glocky. The 9 is because I started making music '09. So like I don't even know how, I can't do math, but like motherfucking yeah, I've been making music since like '09. But like I first initially started like getting into music because I used to play the guitar like heavy, and I was like into like Green Day and like Nirvana. So like I would like learn all their songs and whatnot. But like I used to be nervous to like sing. Like if anybody brought up singing, I would get so fucking nervous. Like, and now it's like that's all I do. So, but my boy, shout out motherfucking Gavin. This nigga, he would always put me on like all these like dope ass songs, and he was like, "Yo, you know who Mac Miller is?" And I was like, "Nah," and I never looked into it. But like when I got into it, and like there was like just one random night I was on like I didn't have a phone at the time, and I had like a PS Vita type shit, and I was sitting in my bed. I still remember the night to this day, and I motherfucking looked it up on the YouTube shit, and I heard this song called "Live Free," and yeah, after I heard that song, I was like, "Yo, I want to do this shit." So like ever since then, like I just been writing and shit. Around 2014, I started like recording, and I used to record off my phone. I mean, I still do, but it was like some ZTE like prepaid ass phone. Like it just didn't have anything on it. So like my boy, he had like an extra iPod, and he gave that shit to me. And then that's when I hopped on the GarageBand shit, and I just started like recording all my like my music I would be writing like on that. And then I recorded um like a mini EP. Like I would drop these EPs like years apart. Like it would be 1 year I would drop an EP, and the next year I would drop another EP, and it would always be on New Year's. Every single New Year's I would drop a new EP. It would be like
where would you drop it?
like SoundCloud. I've always been on SoundCloud, so like it's the only place I knew where to drop it. You know what I'm saying? So I would always try to put myself on like big blogs or whatever, and I would email. Like I would set up literally like motherfucking till like 4 a.m. just emailing blog after blog after blog after blog. Like, yo, can you put my song on? Put my song on. Put my song on. And then yeah, and I put one of my songs on Apple Music, and then I put it on YouTube. And then when I put it on YouTube, the shit got motherfucking like striked, I guess, because it had a sample, like a sample that wasn't cleared, I guess. So they put it down, and then I just went into like kind of like a hiatus, kind of. And then a couple years, like a year later, or maybe 2 years later, I dropped another EP, and that was called Rest in Paradise. And then that year, I recorded my first like music video, and I had it on YouTube. But I always go through these like stages where like I go through these stages, and it's like every EP I drop is like a new artist, more so. And like my transition from my second EP to my third EP, it was like niggas was starting to really realize like, yo, this is something different, you know. You know, I would try to do a little bit of melodic, but I was at the time like I wasn't really into like auto-tune and shit. So like I would just do hella lyrical shit, just rapping shit, cuz that's what I came up on. Like I came up on like motherfucking Big Sean, like Mac Miller, all that type of shit. So when I would do that, I would just have the lyrical shit, but I never thought about doing like melodic shit. So after I broke out of that shell and like kind of like figured out how like auto-tune and all that type of shit works, like that's when I really started getting to singing and getting real like melodic and like just fucking around with like all kinds of like sounds and whatnot. So yeah, like Mars, like that's like the first song that like the only song like the first song that you see on SoundCloud. If you scroll all the way down, you see Mars. That obviously that's not my first song because I have everything privated, but like for the people that know my old shit, you know my old shit. But like the Mars shit, I remember that day that was actually the second time I went to the studio, second time of all time of me going to the studio, and I didn't know how like studios worked and whatnot. But after like my first time, I kind of like got an idea, and like the same, I didn't know what to record that day, but I had booked a session. But like I had songs, but like I wasn't really feeling them, and I was just running through beats, and then I just came up with like some singing melodic type shit, and then I hit up the studio, and that's how like that song came about. So yeah.
That song that you have, what's it like 24?
2740.
2740.
Yeah.
It's inspired by the way. Was that your
Appreciate
sample? Like, was that your?
No. That was like some YouTube shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. With that type of shit, like that's more of like my trap type style, but I don't know. Like I sat on that song for like so long, and I used to hang around with my nigga like every day in the summer, and I always take him to the studio and shit. And then when we finally got like enough money to like go to the studio, we just hit that shit up, and then that's how that came about. So I got a drip, I got a suck, I got a whip, you got a walk, shopping in red, you got a walk, I got a sip it, flip it the top, I got a drip, I got a suck, and it go like that.
You like science?
Science?
You like science?
Science?
Like you fuck with school, you fuck with like...
No, I do not fuck with school. Favorite subject? Yeah.
You don't fuck with school?
Nah, not at all. It's not for me. So it's like, it's too much, but like I'll definitely like, yo, I got like Indigo coming out, and for about since like my last EP, I thought about doing something different as far as, because I'm usually on some like dark, like real, like borderline, like rock type shit. And I wanted to like take a different approach on this like little mini project that I have, and it's called Indigo. And like I wanted to do some like more, I wanted to step back and go back to like my roots, still bring on like that R&B that I do like on Mars. Like I wanted to bring that back for that project. I wanted to go from rapper or just whatever you want to call it to an artist. Like I wanted that to be like this right here, like I want this to be my evolutionary period. And like after I drop that, it's going to be like a totally different like being, kind of like a different energy. I can say every single song that I have is all emotionally driven. Like I feel like that's what music is for me. Like it's like they go hand in hand. My emotions and the music that I make and like the music that I come up with is like all, it comes together. I can't really just sit down and say like, oh, I want to try new things. Like it's like it just comes. Like that's just how it is. Like for me to like say I want to do rock, like, and try something new, like that's nothing new to me, you know? Like that's what I originated from. Like the lyrical stuff, I can't say I'm trying something new because I did that as well. Like it's just you're gonna have so many different like things and images and different styles you're gonna hear from me. Is gonna be like fucking ridiculous. So 2019 probably just definitely doing a lot more shows, a lot more major shows rather than like on a smaller scale. Like I want to bring everything and take it and just up it another scale, because like I can't tell myself that I'm gonna be rolling out loud like next year. I can't tell myself that, but what I can do is tell myself we're gonna take it step by step by step. And when you take things step by step, you don't overwhelm yourself. Because the minute you overwhelm yourself, you don't get shit done. You don't ever get shit done. And that's what I've kind of like learned like throughout the years of like making music. Like you can't just like jump over your head type shit. and jump the gun. Like, and that's actually how you get to your biggest goal quicker rather than jumping from step A to step Z. You know what I'm saying? So number one goal. Most people would kind of like say like Grammys or awards or even like money. I say like the whole purpose of me doing music is just kind of like not finding people that are like just like me, but helping people that are just like me. Like I don't really do the music thing for attention or like obviously like yes, I need attention to progress because you need to have attention to even get anywhere in any industry. But as far as my whole base thinking of doing music is just mainly to just touch people and just like help people with whatever problems they have because like best believe like I've been through just fucking unbelievable shit. So like I'd like to make sure that when somebody's done listening to that song that they truly understand where I'm coming from and they can actually relate to it and actually feel. If he was alive, I would definitely work with Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain, that's like
Does he inspire you a lot?
extremely. That's like probably one of my biggest inspirations as far as like not even just rock, but just music and like period. Like that's like that nigga for me.
Yeah.
Even like Marilyn Manson, like that's that nigga for me.
Yeah.
Like Nirvana because of the music, like musically, it's just my taste, I'd say. But like more so for like Marilyn Manson is like the way of thinking. I'm not really drawn to his music as much, but the image, the like, he's fucking iconic. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what draws me to him. Like the way of thinking, the way he says things, and just everything about that whole thing besides the music is what makes me like really fuck with like the whole thing that he has going on. Like that's like, and I got like mad respect for like shit like that. Like not really going for like the norm. Like you go for the norm, like you're gonna be unnoticed. Like you have to. Bottom line, like it's not about being different. It's about being yourself. At the end of the day, like you can't just try to be different because when you try to be different and it's not you, like it's just not you and it's not gonna come off as something genuine. Like you just need to like follow everything that your instinct and your heart tells you. Top 5 shit like Travis. Travis is like mad inspiration. Like his old shit, like Al Faro type shit, or even like Days Before Rodeo. That shit is fucking tight. I fuck with that. But yeah, like Travis. I fuck with Juice WRLD around like now. Like he's tight as hell. Like him. I fuck with obviously Nirvana. Spoke about that nigga the entire interview. Him. Shit. I fuck with Trippy. I fuck with X too. He's hard. I got like I feel like Cartoon Network like 2000. I don't even know when it ended, but like you know that old school Cartoon Network like Courage, like Johnny Bravo, like motherfucker Ed, Edd n Eddy, like all that shit. Like even like Code Name Kids Next Door, Jack Samurai, like yeah, Cat Dog, Chowder. That was my shit. I mean, I watched SpongeBob here and there. Yo, I used to hate fucking Tom and Jerry because like Tom and Jerry's lit. It's lit and I fuck with it. But like as a kid, I didn't fuck with it because like I thought because they didn't talk, and I thought that shit was boring as hell. So like, and all of my favorite shows would come after that. So I would like if I woke up early, like I would have to sit through this like 2 hour long ass like Tom and Jerry shit just to get to my good shit. Like, but I fuck with that shit now. Like if I watch that shit, like I fuck with that shit. My on-3 team is like Fuego, Ness, West. I got them, and that's the on-3 team. And I got like the 2740 team, where it's like Fiji, Lux, and Jay. But like, I'd rather not have it like a split. I'd rather it to be like all one unit of like artists, and that's like the fucking beauty of it. Like, we all make sure that we all prosper. Like, of course, I want to see myself win, but I care about these niggas rather than I care about myself. Like, I'd rather see these niggas prosper and motherfucking hit billboards and whatnot rather than I see myself doing that shit. Like, that's just me, though, because I'm very, like, I've always been a selfless person. So, like, whatever it takes to see my niggas prosper, I always make sure that I always try to make sure that shit happens. And I always try to, like, encourage, like, my niggas to, like, do what they gotta do and keep my niggas grounded and keep them on my feet. And it's mutual. It's always mutual. So, yeah. My pops rise for me heavy as fuck. Always rise for me heavy. I mean, my niggas is always have always been my biggest supporter, and like myself, I believe self-belief is like the strongest thing ever, because like if you want other people to ever ride for you, rock for you, whatever you want to call it, like you have to believe in yourself first and foremost. I feel like a lot of people talk about manifestation and don't like truly get a quite clear idea on exactly how you do it. People think it's just like you sit in your room, you do some fucking like close your eyes type shit. That's not how it works. Like, literally, manifestation is self-belief. That's it. Period. Just know what the fuck you want to do and just do it. Don't think about it. The best things that come and the most success that comes is things that you don't even think about. It's like it's natural. Like, it's just organic as fuck. Like, it just has to be organic. And the most organic things is the most successful things, I believe. So
for that low, asking for some bread, yeah, that big gotta go.
Yo, it's motherfucking Glocky, and my motherfucking Instagram is 9LOCKYY. That's how you spell Glocky. And that's for my SoundCloud, my Instagram. I got a show coming up January 4th with Pabby. I got another one on the 11th. Just hit me for tickets. I got another one coming up on the 20th, and that's with, I believe, Consecrave. And I got Indigo coming out probably this month, maybe. I'm still like figuring everything out, but yeah.
For that low, asking for some bread, yeah, that big gotta go. You can meet me now, you can meet me now. Asking for some bread, that big gotta go. Hey, now I'm saying dope, talking to you, no. I just got it, hopping out the jet. I just got it, I just got it wet. Take it to my place, yeah, we do it all again.